Hi, my name is Tyler. I'm here to talk about the winter storms that happened in Texas in February. So it all started February 13th. Texas saw the coldest temperatures that it's seen since 1989, which is over 30 years ago. Dallas had a low record of 14 degrees, while some parts of Texas hit lows of 0 degrees Fahrenheit. And normally the temperature around Texas is normally around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, so this is very unprecedented, and Texas was not ready for this storm. The ice itself from the storm caused a lot of chaos on the roads. The roads were basically unusable. There was a 133 car pile up on the highway that left 6 people dead and many more injured, first reported by the Chicago Tribune. And also, the state electric guide operator lost control of the power supply, which left millions of people without electricity. This led to people freezing to death, dozens of deaths, including an 11-year-old boy who reportedly was the first time that he saw snow in his life, and then not even 24 hours later died from freezing to death. Many people were abandoning their cars because they couldn't drive home because of the snow, and a lot of other Texans were even stuck in their house with no electricity, and some were even without food and water, and every county in Texas was under a state of emergency. So this is very unprecedented for Texas to have a storm like this when it hasn't happened in over 40 years. But the real question is, why did it happen? And it's because first reported by the U.S. National Weather Service. This happened because of an Arctic outbreak that originated from the U.S. and Canada border, bringing in the winter storm. Normally the cold outbreaks such as these are normally kept in the Arctic by a series of low pressure systems, but this time somehow it spread throughout from the top of the U.S. all the way down to Texas. And this is the first time in U.S. history that all 254 counties were under a winter storm warning, and the temperatures in Dallas were even colder than the ones in Alaska. So you could just understand that Texas was not ready for a type of storm like this, when they never get storms at all. And a lot of people even had floods in their house, or some people had snow going through their roofs. So the government response to this storm was President Biden approving a emergency declaration for the state of Texas and order federal assistance to supplement state and local response enforcements due to the emergency conditions. So first reported by MSN that Texans can apply for the FEMA aid after the Texas winter storm for money support and receive assistance throughout this time. And a lot of churches, which is also called the Faith-Based Disaster Relief Nonprofit, or the 8 Days of Hope, they went to Texas and mostly Houston to help repair damages left in the wake of the storm. And one thing is that the governor of Texas, Ted Cruz, who was supposed to be there helping his people instead of trying to aid them, decided that he will leave to Cancun instead of trying to help his people, which he got very ridiculed for. But they've basically forced him to come back, and then now he's helping with aid, helping people get the food, water, and necessary supplies that they need to survive during this tough time.